So they told me about the Red Cross. They told me where it was, and I showed up on the porch, and it was probably 8 or 9 at night. And I guess that's later than most people check in, so they were really weary of me already. I had to fill out paperwork. I had to explain my entire situation, swear that I wasn't on drugs, which I wasn't on any drugs.
Chief Signer is making sure that every police officer in this department doesn't forget that we are public servants. We serve folks.
I remember one day I went in to DSS and I was told that I had to go in and sit there from basically 8 a.m. when they opened until they could fit me in for an appointment. But I had made an interview with Shortstop Deli to see if I could get a job with them, because I pretty much just as soon as it happened started picking up applications everywhere. And I had an appointment at 10, and I went in and asked if it would be possible to make an appointment with DSS instead of waiting for a fit-in. And the woman basically looked at me like I had shot her dog and said that, you know, if it wasn't worth it to me, I could leave. So I left and I went to my interview, and I did not get that job. And when I talked to my caseworker later, he told me that the woman at DSS had called him and told him that I was extremely rude and that she didn't want to work with me. And she was just the secretary at the front desk. So, yeah.
And you feel that you were not? You were.
I don't feel like I'm ever rude. The woman that I eventually had an appointment with at DSS was extremely kind, and she was very helpful, but just some of the other employees weren't.
The low-paying employees?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there any part of you that's grateful for the Red Cross?
Yes, I am extremely grateful for the fact that I was given a place to stay for as long as I was. And I am grateful for the people who I met that were compassionate. My overall experience was negative, but I think that's because some of what I saw wasn't expected, and some of it was just, I thought I was working with humanitarians, you know, and some of them just aren't. And it surprised me, and it saddened me. And not all of the caseworkers were horrible. Not all of the volunteers in the community house, most of them were wonderful. But overall, I was just really, really disgusted with how we treat people that need help.
It's usually, I find that people that volunteer, you get the best service from people that want to be there just because they care. And
Yeah.
I, whether I'm on record or off record, the volunteers are awesome. It's
Yeah.
the people that are getting paid.
Yeah, that's what I found. And they just never treated me like I was trying, and I was trying so hard, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know what they expect from an 18-year-old.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't really have people backing me, and it was all a new experience, and it wasn't something that I expected, and I can blame my own naivety for getting myself into this situation, but I guess you just expect that someone's going to back you. If it's not family, if it's not friends, if you have no one else, what's the Red Cross there for?
I really miss just running water. I miss a good night's sleep. How I look. But everything's good. I got to take a bath yesterday. That was a highlight of my winter so far. The bath. Shit. So is any day better than another day?
Usually when they get a truck, they throw out the best stuff because they have to make room for more stock.
What do you do with your stuff?
What's that?
What do you do with all the food?
Use what I can, give the rest away.
Do you trade it?
It's still good, just end. What's that?
Do you trade it or do you eat it?
No, I give it away. Food should be free.
I agree.
Good tomatoes.
Yeah, man. How long you been doing this?
I just started this summer.
Did someone turn you on to the idea?
Yeah.
You ever get busted?
Ever get caught?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm looking out for you. What was your best score?
Me and my friends came here one time. We found a 6-pack of beer, like 5 marinated pork loins, some steaks, 2 packets of really good hamburgers, a whole case like this full of avocados. They were not even ripe yet. Like, they just threw them out because they weren't ripe.
It's a feast. Are you happy with your find?
I didn't find no beer, but I guess it's all right. Yeah, a lot of people, you know, can use the stuff that I ate or I found.
Awesome. Do you utilize any of the programs besides Loaves and Fishes, like the Red Cross or anything?
I use anything I can. Any type of free food. Like if I can't use it, I know a lot of people that can. So, like today, I don't like tofu, but I went to Loaves and Fishes and they had a big box of tofu that's sitting there. And I have a lot of vegetarian friends, they don't eat meat, so I just picked some up for them.
But I just feel that it's so needed in I mean, starting with 15 years ago, you would read in the paper, there's a crisis at the food banks, there's budget cuts. And every single year, it's the same thing. There's a crisis at the food banks all over the country. And so that was one organization, because they work so hard feeding so many people, that I just thought it was a very small thing to do, you know, to every year make it a New Year's annual benefit to help Loaves and Fishes. And I'm actually surprised. We usually have that entire wall full of food, thousands of pounds, and I'm really surprised this year. I don't know, people are tapped out in more ways than one. You know, there's been so many disasters, and you know, I don't know what the reason is, but our collection isn't as great as it is. So what I generally do is just take some money out of our petty fund and go buy cases of canned goods and add them to it, so it doesn't look so bad.
Oh, God
I mean,
bless
there's
you.
still a lot of stuff out there, but it's not as much as we like to collect.